Well, hey everybody, it's Chris DeFurio with Keys to the Shop. Welcome to another edition of Shift Break. Today's episode is brought to you by La Marzocco, and they've been making espresso machines there since 1927 by hand in Florence, Italy. And they are a quintessential name in the espresso industry, and the equipment that you find in some of the world's best cafes is La Marzocco. I've used them all throughout my career. Dependable, beautiful, innovative machines like the KB90 espresso machine with the straight-in locking portafilters for ergonomics. You've got the Linea PB, like the Linea, except with the advanced technology for precise extraction. And you've got lots of different espresso machine configurations and types that will suit your aesthetics, your functional needs, and they are there to help you make that right decision. So you can go to the website, lamarzocousa.com. You can also go and email them, and in fact, you should, info@lamarzocousa.com. So if you're looking for a new piece of equipment for your new cafe, or you're expanding, or you want to upgrade from what you have, La Marzocco is a wonderful choice. Now, another sponsor today is Rattleware. You can find them at rattleware.com, and they are all about smallwares that just work. Smallwares, it's a big thing, a smallware, because if it doesn't work, it's the most annoying part of the bar. And I know this for a fact. If there's a dysfunctional piece of equipment, they're just like, why is this small thing just not working? It's not designed right. That's what they hate too. That's why they design their stuff to just work, so that you can just work. And so if you're looking for smallwares, you want to get some functional equipment to really help your work shine, then go to rattleware.com. Now, today's episode, I'm going to talk about something that I hear a lot from my clients. I hear this sometimes in conversation when people kind of get nostalgic about where they've gone in their journey as business people, in their careers. And it is this idea of comparison to something in a kind of an attempt to, I guess, let yourself off the hook for doing something about what is needed right now, or at least wanting the person that sees you in that moment to see you in a way of somebody who has made progress, which is understandable. But what we need is to embrace the needs of the business. When you bring up something like, hey, so here's a couple of dysfunctional areas about this cafe, about our communication. And what you receive back is, well, in the first year of the business, you should have seen it. It was really bad. We're so much better than we used to be. And you're a barista, you could say the same. Oh, I was a terrible barista, but now I'm really good, right? Now imagine you're telling that to the person who's giving you your performance review, and they're saying, hey, we'd like you to work on X, Y, Z. And your response is, well, okay, but I've made a lot of progress, right? Remember what I was like in the first year? I was really bad. Now I'm not like that at all. That's pretty cool, right? That's distraction. That's obfuscation. That's trying to get the attention off of the topic in the moment in order to buy some level of clout or recognition for work done. But let's say that we acknowledge that and we say, yes, of course, you are very much better than you were in the first year. Now, back to the topic at hand. You need to show up on time, right? The idea that you are going to be let off the hook for something that your business and your people need, or you in your career need to start doing to be better in the now, because of progress that you've made in the past, it just doesn't really float, because it will at least give people the idea that maybe you're the type of person, you're the type of company who does improve. I will grant you this, but it doesn't do you any good to rob the moment of its power. The urgency of the moment to change something about your current performance is lowered when you try to dissolve that tension by comparing yourself to an earlier version of yourself to make yourself feel better. And we all do it. We all do this. And if you do it in a way that doesn't rob that moment, that urgency of power, then okay, I guess so. I guess it's okay. But what I see this do most of the time is when they say, at least we're not like we used to be, it's the point is not being taken. The point is right now you are who you are. The past version of your shop or yourself as a barista does not exist anymore. It's just in your mind. It may exist, the echoes of that thing may exist in the culture, but right now you probably do have a new set of employees, you have a new set of customers. And even if there are some customers that have been with you for the whole time that you've been open, those customers' tastes and what they expect you to grow, yes. But when they walk in, the consistency they expect is not based on, they're not going to forgive you for inconsistencies simply because it's better than it used to be. They're going to judge you on a more present time scale. And that's the way we need to judge ourselves too. So we talk about getting better, 1% better every day, but that's within the context of the present. If you go back 10 years, you go back 5 years, even a couple of years, that version of who you are is not necessarily how you're making decisions about what you do tomorrow. It's who you were today. And now let's deal with, if there's an issue we need to fix, we're going to fix it. Now, yes, we have made a lot of progress. Okay, let that be motivation to more fully embrace what's happening now, rather than letting it be something that where you're almost like begging people to say, well, why are you being so nitpicky? You should be happy that we're better than we used to be. So there's another place this shows up. This shows up also with hiring. When we have a bad hire, we will hire almost anybody who is better than that bad hire. And that mentality, again, is, well, they're better than this person. But the question is not whether they're better than that person. The question is, are they the right person for the job? So the trap is to compare and then to make a decision where you are comparing one thing against the other. It looks good when it's not as bad as the bad was. When it's better than bad, it doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it right or appropriate. That's going for your business decisions or the way you approach your identity as a business now, saying, well, I'm happy with our systems now because our systems are better than they used to be year one. It doesn't matter if they're better than they used to be. Are they appropriate? Are they right? Are there issues that need to be fixed? Hiring. Is this person better than that bad hire? Okay, maybe, but that doesn't make them truly the right person for the job. And if you make those decisions with that kind of false comparison in mind, then what you're doing is you're actually perpetuating the same dysfunctions, the same issues, because you're not addressing the root. You're not making the right decision for the business. You're making a decision a little bit based on this false comparison, and sometimes based on ego. Maybe you don't feel motivated to deal with the problems in your coffee shop because we've dealt with lots of bigger problems in the past, and these don't seem like big problems. And so get off our backs, because we've made so much progress. So geez. But that, again, your history and knowledge of where you've come from can get in the way of making the right decision right now. If you let it be a motivator to say, we are the type of people who do make progress, and this is another opportunity for us to make progress. But that progress has to be, are we going to make the right decision for who we are now? Are we going to just be happy and satisfied with what we're doing right now because it's better than what we used to do? Or that person is a good hire because they're not as bad as that person that we just got rid of, right? So this is what I wanted to talk about today. I think it's valuable to consider because our minds play tricks on us. And a lot like the proverbial water through a puck of espresso, our minds are just us. We tend to like to go to the path of least resistance. And this is just one of those ways. We say it's better than bad, therefore it means it's good. No. Good is what's right for the moment. according to our standards for all things in the cafe. And let's use the tension of the moment as the power to motivate us in our urgency to truly address it, not try to dissipate that power by using these comparisons to make ourselves feel better and leave the issue unaddressed. So I hope that's helpful. Let me know, and I will see you here next week on another edition of Shift Break, from keys to the shop.